boy, do I have news for you guys. Hi, I'm alive. I promise I'm alive. I just haven't had time or the motivation really to think about any YouTube videos or just genuinely posting at all. I've been very inactive on my Instagram account at the moment, but one of my schools gets out in 2 weeks, so I'm very excited about that. And then my other school gets out at the end of May, which is fine. I don't really care about that because I actually enjoy that school. Anyway, yeah, so this video is just gonna be like a little life update, plus I don't know if y'all remember a while back I did the Shadow and Bone like reading vlog of me reading and giving my thoughts about Shadow and Bone, and I said I was gonna do that with all the books. Ended up not. I read all the main like Grishaverse books except for Rule of Wolves, which I started Rule of Wolves today, and just wait because there's gonna be a little thingy in this video about it. I'm on chapter 3 and it got very intense very fast, and what I'm probably gonna do is because I want to get this video posted, I'm probably not gonna have Rule of Wolves finished like today or anything because they just started it, but I'll probably post a second video like giving my final thoughts on everything, and maybe just doing like an end of school year, my summer. Ooh, that's actually a really good idea. Yeah, anyway, so little like life update, I guess. I am going to archery nationals in June, at the end of June I'll be gone for a full week. I won't tell you guys where it is because I don't want you guys stalking me, and then in the first 2 weeks of July, I'm going to Puerto Rico for a group thing, and then I get back the day before my 16th birthday, which is pretty exciting. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on in my life. I go to state for archery in May. I have been taking archery lessons to help improve and get me ready for nationals, because I'm going up against a whole crap ton of people that are better than me, but I'm finally improving and actually seeing a lot of results, so that's very exciting. There isn't really anything else left in my anything else like updatey in my life. It's just been pretty much rolling through the school year, sucking at it. I'm about to wrap up my sophomore year, so that's exciting. I've been reading books, I haven't been reading books, doing all the things, so now for what you're really here for, the Grishaverse like review. So basically I read Shadow and Bone like last February, I think it was, and then I read Siege and Storm sometime after that, I don't remember when, and then I read Ruin and Rising also later last year, and then I kind of stopped reading the Grishaverse for a while, and then I read Six of Crows, I believe, at either the beginning of this year or at the end of last year. I think it was right at the end of last year, actually. And then I didn't... Oh, that's what it was. Okay. So I read Six of Crows in, like, August, and then I started Crooked Kingdom in September, because it's September 26th, and I didn't finish it till, like, January, because, like, it wasn't that it was a bad book. I was just in such a bad reading slump, I couldn't get through it. Which, that's okay, it's fine. I hate reading slumps. But yeah, and then I read, after I finished Crooked Kingdom, I like stopped. I was trying to work on some other books, trying to finish school, and then I was like, nope, I need to read Kingdom Scars, because Shadow Boat Season 2 came out, and oh my gosh, that show, they're so good. I'll give a little review of that at the end of this. Oh my gosh, wait, did I read Shadow Boat like 2 years ago? I don't remember, because whenever I was reading it after, like, more after the first season of Shadow and Bone came out, I think that came out in 2021, so I don't honestly remember, but anyway, let's do the little review part for each series. So let's talk about the trilogy, the thing that started it all, of my love for the Grishaverse. So originally I was planning on reading Six of Crows first, but I could not get through Six of Crows, so I doubled back and bought the Shadow and Bone books and read them all. Or I own them all, I have read them all. I think definitely out of the 3, Ruin and Rising was my favorite, actually. Maybe, I don't know, it's kind of tied between Siege and Storm and Ruin of Rising. Thoughts on it? You guys already kind of know about my thoughts about like Shadow and Bone, because I don't even remember what I said in that video. But we're just gonna leave that there. You can go back and watch the other video if because I genuinely don't remember what I said. And then Siege and Storm, a couple of the key pieces that pointed out for me. I hated Mal in this book. He drove me absolutely insane. Let's just say season 2 Mal I liked a lot better. But the book Mal I hated. Because he treated Alina like she was just a weakling who just needed his protection. And at some points Alina was that weakling that just needed Mal's protection. But like at some points when she was being a girl boss and she was slaying, he pulled her down. And it's like they really weren't true soulmates. Like they just were horrible people. And I don't know if there's just some like underlying like stuff, but like I don't know. So those are my thoughts on that. Also, Nikolai Lanslov, I love that man. He is, even book him, like I love him. His sarcasm, his humor, just all of the things. And also Jenya, girl bossin'. I love her so much in the books and especially in the show too. She's really good. And I will say before y'all jump on me for saying that books and the shows, or like if you go in my comments and say the shows sucked or whatever, I'm sure or like the books and the shows or the books get dirty with combining season 2 as Siege and Storm and Ruin of Rising. I'm treating them as two completely separate things because I enjoyed the show so much and I enjoyed the book so much, so I'm treating them as something different. They have the same storyline, but I'm treating them different. I mean, they cross the crows in all of the 2 books, like, which I kind of, the way they did it, I kind of actually really like it. I'm just excited for hopefully that we get a Six of Crows spinoff, and the way that it ended it with a King of Scars spinoff, so that'd be really great. Anyway, so that's kind of the Siege and Storm thing, and then we got Ruin of Rising. Ruin of Rising was really good. I like how they ended, or how Leah Verdugo ended it. Whoa, like what she did with the ending, and that's kind of what I missed. Is what they did in the show was, spoiler for the show, because they kept Alina alive, and that's what they get for combining the 2 books. They had to keep Alina, or like, I mean, she was alive at the end of this book, but like, they kept her alive, and like, they completely separated her and Mal. Like, Mal went off and did his thing, and then Alina did her thing, which is fine, but like, it's not my favorite thing. And like, at the end of Siege and Storm, we know Alina takes in the Darkling's power, but then at the end of the show, she takes in the Darkling's power after everything. So, which I like how they did that, but it was just like, it was, I don't really like how she's still there. Like, she's gonna be probably a main character in the Six of Crows or like the King of Scars spin off. I can't English today. I'm so sorry. But I like how they ended it. I liked Mal a tiny bit more, not much. Actually, I don't remember if I liked Mal in this one. I honestly don't. He was okay. He wasn't my favorite character, like I said. Yeah, those are pretty much my thoughts on the Shadow and Bone trilogy. It was a good trilogy. Not my favorite of the 3 series, like the 3 chunks of the series. But it wasn't the worst. Next, let's talk about My Pride and Joy, the Six of Crows duology. And, okay, this is everybody's favorite series out of all of them, which I have to finish Rule of Wolves before I officially decide whether or not if I like King of Scars duology or Six of Crows duology better. But at the moment, Six of Crows is sitting at the top. English ain't Englishing today. Anyway, thoughts. Let's start with Six of Crows, obviously. This book, oh my goodness, I can't even, like, words not coming out of my mouth about how much I enjoyed this book. Once you get past the first, like, 100 pages, everything starts to make sense. I get, like, when I first started I tried reading it 3 times before, and each time I got stopped at, like, page 110. I couldn't go any further. And then I really sat down and read it, and I enjoyed it a lot. It was so good, and everything, the little twists with Jesper being a fabricator, I was not seeing that coming. But this one didn't, like, I mean, it blew, like, it didn't blow my mind, but it was a super enjoyable book. Obviously, it's gonna be 5 stars. Like, I enjoyed it a lot. I like all the characters. Kaz, Inej, Jesper, Wylan, Nina, and Matthias. Or Matthias. I think it's Matthias. Yeah, it's Matthias. Like, I love all of them. Oh, forgot about that part. And I like how they ended it. The thoughts on this book are kind of muddled because like I said, I haven't read it in a while. But it's still really enjoyable. And I love how they threw in the name. They, like, Alina Starkov popped up a couple times. Like, they acknowledged that she was actually a saint. But they kept, like, Leah Bardugo did a really good job of keeping them separate, but the same. Or, like, together. So yeah, and then we have this problem. It's not really a problem. Okay, this was one of the few books that I have ever actually got to a point in it, and I slammed it shut and almost threw it at the floor and said, I do not want this book to end. Like, I actually said that out loud. I was in tears, not from the one part, but because, I mean, yes, from that part, but, like, because I genuinely did not want this book to end. I did not want to leave this world. Ketterdam, the crows, all of it. It was just, yes, it was just, yeah. All the characters I love Kue. Oh my gosh, all the stuff is coming back to me about what happened. I don't know how you pronounce Kue. Kwai? I don't know. I think of Quasi every time I say that. Please tell me someone's watched Octonauts, because that's where I think of Quasi. Quasi's the cat. Yes, he is. Quasi was my favorite character as a child, but anyway, that's completely a different topic. Good book. Leah Bardugo, you broke my heart. Thank you. But you also, like, made my heart bigger because of how much love I have for this book. So, yeah. Go read it. Read Six of Crows first, and then go read this. Thank you. Okay. Now, onto the King of Scars duology. Excuse me. Okay, so here are my thoughts on just King of Stars. I'm not talking about Rule of Rules, just King of Stars. One, this book was kind of slow. Like, it was very not actiony until probably the last 4 or 5 chapters. I don't remember what chapters they were. It was, like, there was no war, there was no battle. I mean, like, mainly, it was a lot of chit-chat, and, I mean, there was a couple things that threw in there that brought in some adventure, but it was really slow. However, those slow scenes brought me so much joy, because most of those scenes involved Nikolai Lantsov, and that man brings me joy. So obviously those slow scenes bring me joy. The only thing I just really didn't like about this book is I get how important Nina is to the series, and, like, there's a whole reason why she's in the book. All of her chapters were so insanely boring until the last 2. Like, at one point, I genuinely did not want to hear about her story. I skipped one Nina chapter. And I skimmed it, and it just, like, it was so, like, mind-bogglingly slow. And that's just for me. That could be not the case for other people. Everybody could hate Nikolai and Zoya and only read it purely for Nina's chapters. That's totally up to you guys. I really was reading this for Nikolai and Zoya's chapters because I love them. Also, one second. I'm trying to remember their ship name. Zoya-Lai? Yeah, Zoya-Lai? I think, yeah, it's Zoya-Lai. I think that's what it is. Love it. I did not see the plot twist coming until I was, like, a chapter away from it, and then I kind of figured out what was going to happen, which I'm not going to spoil it for you guys because I already gave enough spoilers in this video. So, oh, the other thing is, these chapters were so unnecessarily long. That's one of my pet peeves about books is they have long chapters. Like, some chapters end up dragging along. I'm one of those types of people that hate stopping to read stopping reading in the middle of a chapter because I want to finish the chapter. But when the chapter has 20 more pages and it's 1:30 in the morning, I'm gonna stop, and I hate that. That's what I like about the early Keeper of the Lost City books, is the chapters were short, and then you get to Cellarloon, and the chapters are like okay, not 40 pages long, like 20, and like, although those Keeper of the Lost Cities for me has always been a book that I can speed through. I read Cellarloon in like 4 days, but like, so I don't need long chapters. It didn't turn me away from this book because I was actually really excited about this book after reading or finishing Shadow and Bone season 2. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on King of Scars. And in this next little chunk of a video, it's gonna be a time lapse of me talking about the first 2 chapters of Rule of Wolves, because I genuinely, like, so many thoughts just came out of my mouth. I was like, okay, I gotta put this in a YouTube video. It's gonna happen. And then I started recording this, and now I'm gonna record that little time lapse and throw it in there for you guys. Okay guys, anyway, that's kind of it for the video. I hope you guys have a great day, and make sure to like, comment what do you think you want to see in my next video, and remember to hit that subscribe button. So anyway, I hope you have a great day, even though I already said that, and drink some water. Hope you're doing kids.